Hey West Texas, Burt Sempier here with Chief Travis Griffith for episode 27, a loud start to episode 27 of Chat with the Chief. You know, it's a nice fall day. We figured we'd do something a little bit different. Chief, this is nice and refreshing.
It is a wonderful day. I'm glad that fall has arrived, and it's always good to be with you on episode 26?
27.
27, wow. We're just blowing and going, man.
Yeah, it's the Rodney Hampton number for Giants fans out there. So let's get into it, Chief. When you first became chief of SAPD, you said one of your main goals was to increase the ranks of the police department.
Yes.
And just a few days ago, you put out on social media that you're looking to hire more recruits, more lateral officers.
Yes, sir.
We're about a week since that post. How's everything going, and how many more officers are you looking to add to the force?
Yeah, so we're a little bit flexible on the number. We need roughly between 10 and 14. So we've already seen an increase in applications, and so we're excited about that. And we're also doing it slightly different in regards to process. So before, you would have a civil service exam, and you would have to be there on that date at that time and kind of meet our time frame. We're now doing it different to where we are flexible. We're doing a proctored test, so you can kind of schedule around your current job to come in and apply. We're also hiring people a little bit sooner. So generally we wouldn't hire somebody until it was time to go to the academy. We're gonna hire a little bit earlier. That way we can get you into a position and start working and helping inside the department before you start the academy.
That's cool that you get to kind of know the behind the scenes work of SAPD a little bit. Now, obviously, those recruits do eventually have to go to the academy, and that's a months-long process.
Yes.
When it comes to lateral officers, why is that appealing to SAPD?
Yes, we could shorten the time frame that it takes for someone to be able to come into the department and start what we call making a difference, right? So during training, yes, you're doing work for us, but it's not by yourself. Somebody's with you. So when you start making that difference is whenever you're out of training all the way completed. And so you can shorten that by almost 5.5, 6 months through the process, where, used to it was about a year-long process from the time of the test to the time that you're actually doing good for the citizens by yourself. And so with that, we could shorten that and get a much quicker turnaround to get a return on the investment for the citizens.
Well, we look forward to seeing who the new members of SAPD eventually become. So it's the end of October, believe it or not, and Halloween is in just a couple of days this Friday. And obviously there's going to be kids and parents and teens and young adults out and about. For the parents that are going out with their kids to go knock on doors trick-or-treating, what advice do you have for them? And then on the flip side, what advice do you have for drivers that are going to be out there?
Yeah. So I think it's defensive on both of those, right? So we're going to start with the kiddos and the parents. Be mindful of wearing costumes and having lightings that are going to be able to highlight them and not be a real super dark costume. If you do have a super dark costume, get like one of those magnetic or clip-on lights that will flash and highlight that hey, this is somebody here walking. And it goes without saying, we don't really have any issues in San Angelo, but always check that candy to make sure that it's still sealed and looks appropriate to be eating. Go in places that go trick-or-treating in places that are more geared towards sidewalks and areas and neighborhoods that are easily accessible by pedestrians. And then for drivers to know all the rest of this week, we got one tonight at Paul Ann for a harvest festival, and we'll have one every night across the city, probably leading up all the way through Saturday, I'm assuming. So be mindful that people are going to be walking earlier, maybe going to school wearing costumes. So that later in the evening, when it's right that dusk time frame, that you'll need to be watching for things that don't always look like the human shape.
Yes, absolutely. I think the last time you had said, that's a child, even though it looks like a bush, it is a kid.
Right.
Now, I remember way back when I was in college, Halloween, that was a great time, great weekend. We have Angelo State here. We're downtown. You've got bars and restaurants. Do you guys anticipate a busy weekend when Halloween falls on a Friday?
Yes. Anytime that we see a holiday of any sort fall on that weekend time frame, it's always going to be a push for more calls for service. There'll be more parties, there'll be more gatherings, and so we expect that, and we're always ready for that as we roll through the call volume change.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's look way ahead to December 4th for a moment, because that is going to be a meeting on the north side of the city. It's the North Side Advisory Town Hall meeting.
Yes, sir.
What are you looking to accomplish that evening, and what are maybe some of the concerns or challenges that you're seeing on the north side of San Angelo?
Yeah, so first step on that is we want to ask everybody to come out, right? We want you to come and see. You get to hear a overall kind of a briefing, if you will, of what we're facing as a city, and then we highlight the particular area of the north side of town, which is pretty much anything north of Houston Heart is the north side of town is what we classify. And you can find out specifically what's happening there, right? And then we get to hear from the citizens. What are you seeing? What are you hearing? What's going on in your neighborhood? So we can maybe adjust our patrols or bring in a specialized division to help with something that might be happening. We're not magic. We don't have an easy button, but we can address what we can address based off of what the circumstances are. And so that's key to be able to know what's happening there. And then when it comes to the overarching information you get to kind of find out where do we stack up in compared to some other cities? What do we stack up into our past year of crime data? And it helps give a better overall picture of our community.
Well, I know on a future episode of Chat with the Chief, we'll be talking about just how that meeting went. Now, let's end on a positive note. Not that a community meeting isn't positive, but yesterday was First Responders Day.
Yeah.
And Atmos Energy and the United Way of San Angelo fed the officers of SAPD lunch. Just how much does that mean to the men and women in blue to see these organizations come out and just say, hey, we appreciate you, and here's a hot meal to, kind of celebrate the sacrifices you make for the city?
Sure. I think it embodies what San Angelo is about. I've always said that I think San Angelo will be the last great place to police. And when you have organizations like Atmos that goes out of their way to truly highlight people in the community that serves in that capacity, it's amazing, and it's a shot in the arm to the officers and to our first responders, dispatchers, to be able to come out and feel that love, so to speak, and also feel that love in your stomach too, right? Because it was awesome food. And the United Way, man, we partner with them on so many different facets. They are amazing individuals. They help kind of bring the communication aspect together to help line up with getting the event to go off without a hitch. So it means a lot to our folks to be able to feel that love.
Hey, like I've said, ever since I got down here, you can really see and feel the appreciation for first responders and service members in San Angelo. Well, we won't cross the next block. We've already walked a few city blocks.
Yeah.
All right, that'll do it for episode 27 of Chat with the Chief, strolling with Travis Griffiths through downtown San Angelo. We'll see you back here for episode 28.